Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Coach JC. Everyone gather around should be a good one today. Today's topic is how to recover emotionally from emotional abuse after a relationship. The first thing is, you gotta really acknowledge it, acknowledge that it did happen. Not the fact that you just get on, because you might be in a relationship for a year, 2 years, 3 years. The time spent with that person is really valuable. And you have to really just sit down and just think about who you are as a person. It's hard to think about that in the moment because, like I said, your whole identity is really attached to that person. As far as where y'all went to eat at, what y'all like to do activity wise. So it's never easy. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you gotta kind of acknowledge it. Just understanding that hey, tomorrow's a new day. New day, new start. Whatever you went through in the past, hopefully it doesn't continue in the future. And give yourself grace, give yourself patience, give yourself love, give yourself admiration. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people have been down this road, whether they've been married, whether they've been in a long-term relationship. It happens, you know what I'm saying? But you grow from it, you learn from it, you learn the good sides of it, think about the bad side, think about everything. So it's important to just take time to sit down and just think about it. Don't think too much of it. Just try to stay busy, just stay productive. That kind of helps cure the pain a lot too. Just like getting over a loved one and stuff. And nobody really can tell you how to mourn, how to remember somebody, but you do know that you know the next day does come. Whether it's Monday, Tuesday, another day does come. So you have to really acknowledge that too. But like I said, I understand that it's just a part of life. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have good breakups. You're gonna have nasty breakups. You might have ones that just, hey, y'all just didn't go the distance for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta continue to put, God first or whoever you believe first, and just, hold on to that. Because like I said, it's not easy to go out here and date. It's not easy out here to get married to somebody. It's a lot to just deal with. Just dealing with somebody. You're dealing with yourself, let alone dealing with somebody else and whole other attitude and responsibility dealing with somebody else. And then if you add kids, that makes that's a whole different ballgame. So yeah, it's not easy out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me being married for about 5 years now, it's not easy. Even those days when I was single, we was out there dating, relationships. It's not easy out there. That's why you get somebody, hold on to that person, and try to see how can make stuff work out. Like I said, thinking everything greener outside of the relationship or marriage, that ain't gonna work stuff out either. So do the thing you can do. Like some emotional abuse, give yourself time, give yourself time to recover, heal. Cause like I said, it's not easy out here. It might be 3 months, might be a year, it might be a couple of months. It just all depends on the person. Everybody's built differently. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta take that time for yourself. Kind of figure out, rewire yourself. Like what you like to do for fun, or what do you like to do to enjoy yourself. And you just gotta have that burn the fire, regardless if you're in a relationship or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that you gotta realize. You gotta have that fire, that passionate about you. You know what I'm saying? You like drawing, you like doing artwork, you like going to the movies, like getting massages, you like going to museums, doing artwork. You gotta kind of figure out, rediscover who you are first. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always talk about having a self-definition. Who are you are, regardless of your relationship or yourself. It don't really matter. You're still gonna do those things regardless. It could be, going to work out. It could be walking. It could be jogging. It could be, uh, traveling. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of figure out who you are, define a person, even before you get to a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And before you get to a relationship, you gotta know who you are. You know what I'm saying? It don't, that way your whole identity doesn't really shift, because it's like, okay, it'll work itself out. Yeah, I'm torn with it. I'm hurt by it. But in the day, I know, you know, another day is gonna rise, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do regardless. You know what I'm saying? For me, like at this point, like I said, I'm just gonna continue to work. I said work out. I do these videos, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop for me, you know, regardless of the I'm married, not married, whatever go on, I'm still gonna be the best father I can be for my daughter. Still do the best job I can do daily, and that's all you can do. All you put in 1 foot, 1 foot above the other. That's all you can work on. You know what I'm saying? Just do the little things each and every day. It's not easy out here. You know, job loss, stressful life. Worried about parents, worried about children, worried about your own mindset. It's not easy out here. You know, anybody coming here talk about what's easy out here. You know, life be life and life be tough. Life be like, man. Sometimes you just want to kind of throw the towel in. You want to go back in the bed, sleep for a couple hours and stuff. You're like, man, this going on, that going on. But like I said, you gotta really get into your prayer life. You gotta really get on your knees and pray. Because like that's what really get to it. You know, pray and put the work in each and every day. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Like how to really emotionally get involved, how to get over emotional abuse. You know, like I said, get counseling, get therapy, whatever you need. Take that time off. You know, nobody can tell you how long you take off, or maybe it might be a week or 2 or 3 weeks. But just take that time out for yourself. Rediscover who you are, understanding your talents, understanding that you're worthy, and understanding that hey, you know, it just is a process. You know, it's a better side to it. You know what I'm saying? How you was feeling on Tuesday of May 2022 is gonna be different. How you gonna feel May 22nd, 2025? It could be a whole different relationship, whole different experience. You could be like, man, I'm glad I went through that, so it can kind of push me through into the relationship that I'm currently in right now. Because I wouldn't have met that person if I kept staying on. If I didn't have that time to heal. I didn't have that time to get my emotions together. But yeah, that's all I really got to say as far as this video is concerned. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Coach JC is out.